What's going on, everyone? So the starting five of D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reaves, Rui Hachimura, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis going to be excellent offensively. They were one of the best offensive teams in the league last year when that unit actually got rolled out, right? You got to remember, they didn't really run that unit till I think it was 33 games in or something like that, which is not good, right? That was clearly our five best players. It's crazy that Darvin Ham never put our five best players on the court at one time just to see how it looked earlier on in the season, especially when we were having our early struggles. But nonetheless, JJ Redick made it apparent, hey, that's the five we're going with. Obviously, defensively, there are some concerns, but JJ Redick believes that he can kind of, get more out of them defensively, kind of get them to buy in, run different defensive sets and actions that could potentially help. I don't think that we're going to be like this elite top five defense, just because I just don't think Rui Hachimura, Austin Reaves, and D'Angelo Russell have the athleticism, foot speed to really be elite defensively. Could they be serviceable defensively? And we're maybe a top 10 defense, top 12 defense, something like that. Sure, I think that that's a possibility, right? Because, good scheming can go a long way. And you do have a guy in Anthony Davis who just cleans up and covers so much. Also, you can run, units with Gabe Vincent, with Jared Vanderbilt, so on and so forth. But a big problem we had last year once the main five guys got on the basketball court was our bench scoring. We were terrible. We were one of the worst benches in the league when it came to scoring. Now, we were missing guys, right? Also, Darvin Ham didn't do a great job of utilizing the bench guys, particularly guys like Spencer Dinwiddie, who could have went and got you probably 10 to 15 points a night on just being slotted in the proper role. And instead of having him play the D-Lo role, he had Austin Reaves play that when the bench unit was in, and it just was terrible. When you had a guy in Spencer Dinwiddie, and he's a guy that showed even the only game we won, when D'Lo missed was the game in which Spencer Dinwiddie played the D'Angelo Russell role. And he played it perfectly, and he gave you 26 and 8, right? And guess what? Lakers won that game. But yet Darvin Ham still never decided to do that. Even after that point, never did that. Now, one way to kind of solve that is you always keep some of your key scorers on the bench. Darvin Ham loved to sit D'Lo, Rui, and LeBron at the same time, right? He loved to just sit three of our four scorers at the same time, where I think if you better scatter guys, so LeBron goes out, say at the 7-minute mark, right? Maybe you take out Reaves and you keep D'Lo, Anthony Davis, and Rui. Bring in, say, Max Christie, move Rui to the 4, bring in a Jared Vanderbilt or something. Now you have more balance, right? Got some defense, got some shooting, but you also got, obviously I know Jared Vanderbilt's hurt right now, but I'm talking about when he does get healthy, maybe momentarily you do something with, maybe Gabe Vincent slotted in that spot and have Christie play, backup 3 minutes on occasion, or Dalton Connect or whatever. I just worry about defensively. That is one option. You basically scatter your starting five throughout. And that's probably the most realistic option that JJ Redick will implement. But I also think collectively you have, assuming health, right? Because health is a big thing. But if guys stay healthy, I do think you have enough offense in pieces, right? Gabe Vincent, I think, can go get you 8 to 10 on any given night. Max Christie, I believe, should be able to get you 8 to 10 on any given night. Dalton Connect, if he plays, get you 8 to 10. Christian Wood, when he's healthy, probably get you 8 to 10, right? You start piecing together that all of a sudden, collectively, you could get that. I would love to see that singular standout, right? I would love to see Max Christie come in and basically be the clear-cut sixth man, and he's the guy that's giving you 15 a night off the bench. I would be floored if something like that could happen. Or maybe Dalton Connect. Can Dalton Connect come in? Dalton Connect and Max Christie are probably the two guys that have the best chance just because of their bag offensively, how they can create for themselves. They're not just so reliant on spot up, catch and shoot threes. Right? Dalton Connect showed in Summer League that he could put the ball on the deck, get to the basket, do multiple things, score at all three levels, particularly in the mid-range. Max Christie has shown that, but in a very small sample size. Problem is we don't have the samples for either of those guys. Now, Christian Wood, I think healthy, playing and slotted in the right role, I think he has a real chance to be I think he could get back to being a 15 to 17 point a game guy, right? Like if you put him in the proper position and you run sets through him, like when Anthony Davis is getting a rest and getting a break, maybe you're going Christian Wood and Jackson Hayes, and you're allowing Christian Wood to kind of be that like 15-in guy who on occasion can step out and shoot the three ball. Problem with Darvin Ham was he utilized Christian Wood essentially as a 3-and-D wing rather than a guy that is a big man that on occasion can step out and shoot the three ball, right? If JJ can find a better balance there. Gabe Vincent, there's always the potential with him, but he's never really been that 18. He can go and give you 18 on any given night. I mean, he did it in Summer League last year, or preseason last year for the Lakers, right? He's a guy that can get hot and just, get you 18 to 20. But talking about regular night in and night out, you can count on him to go get you 12 to 15. That I don't know. Not really his game. He's best as that initiator, get the ball moving, and then have that sort of 3-and-D off ball, right, where D'Lo is operating or LeBron is operating as the primary playmaker. Gabe Vincent is kind of just moving around, right, and you're finding him in key spots when he gets open to knock down the three ball. That's where I think Gabe Vincent is best slotted in. Jackson Hayes, again, he's a guy that's not going to give you much in that regard. Cam Reddish, I just don't see you giving you much in that regard. He already is dealing with like soreness and stuff. Like that guy just can't even seem to stay healthy, which is unfortunate because I'm a big Cam Reddish guy. Like he has all the tools, and he's still only 25. He just turned 25 not that long ago, right? Like he has all the tools to be great, right? I'm not talking about like top 10, top 15 player. I mean, he does have the 6'8", 6'9", with 7'2" wingspan, hyper athlete, right? But he's not disciplined enough, and he's so far along that it's just, I don't see him taking those strides from basically being potentially out of the league in a year to like now he's a star. That I don't, right? When he came into the league, there was that potential of like, man, he has all the tools to be great. But I do think he's a guy that could be a legit 3-and-D guy that could put the ball on the deck and go maybe give you 15 a night on efficiency. But can he ever get there? Because he's not there now, right? I'm not saying like this season he'll be that, right? He has a long way to go for that. But in like 2-3 years, maybe, it's just at that point he's 27, 28, but you never know, right? He's still young enough to have some long term, but can he kind of stay out of his own way, stay healthy? Right, you kind of start going down the list of guys. Jalen Hood-Schifino, maybe. I mean, he was 22, like 6-6 or something like that in the G League. So, can he? I'm not expecting him to be that, but can he be a 12 to 15 point a game guy this season for the Lakers? I mean, he's got good size, 6'6", right? Good wingspan, good length. Can play essentially 1 through 3, make plays for others. Right? He shot like 43% from 3-point range in the G League. Can he shoot 38% from 3? 37.5%, something like that from 3 in the NBA? If he could do that, then yeah, he may end up being a guy that can make plays for himself, make plays for others, kind of be that secondary guy off the bench, right? Maybe he even kind of takes on that role, especially if defensively he can be really good, right? Like if he could be, he's got the size, the length, the athleticism, the strength to be a good defensive guy. So there's definitely options there as far as like guys that could come in, but I think more likely than not, it'll be, again, a collection. It'll be, 6 points from Gabe Vincent, and then, 8 points from Max Christie. So there's 14. And then, 6 points from Jared Vanderbilt. There's 20. And then Christian Wood gave you 8 tonight. There's 28, right? And then, Jackson Hayes gave you 6 or 8, right? Like there's, through setup. And it's just like, okay, well, now we got 35 points from the bench tonight, all through little bits and pieces rather than, like that main guy and then everyone else kind of sprinkled in, right? I think it will be something. That doesn't mean on any given night. I'm not saying like there won't be a night where Max Christie goes and gives you 20, right? Like I very well could have. Same thing with like a Dalton Connect. Go get you 20. Christian Wood. Again, Christian Wood is a guy that very well he's probably the best, just based on his track record, guy that could be your sixth man off the bench and give you, 15 plus a night, right? So, but I do think it'll be kind of more pieced together. And then I think it'll be an integration of the starters, right? And that'll be up to the coaching staff, and particularly J.J. Redick, at just managing guys' minutes and when to pull guys and when not, right? My guess is like LeBron will probably be the first pull, right? So, at the 7-8 minute mark, right, you're pulling LeBron out, you're injecting, maybe again kind of sliding Rui to the 4, right, and then plugging in like a Connect or a Vando or something like that. Maybe take out Reaves too, so LeBron and Reaves go to the bench. So that way you can kind of have them start the second quarter, right? You have all these guys. Anthony Davis gets taken out at like the 3-minute mark. Same thing with like Rui and D'Lo, and then you're injecting, Gabe Vincent, Max Christie, throw in an Austin Reaves, right? Like you start piecing guys together, maybe with like LeBron. LeBron kind of finishes the last 2 minutes and then kind of starts the second quarter, right? It's going to be up to JJ to kind of navigate that. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, and I pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you have concerns as well of our bench scoring? Because again, like when all 5 of your scorers are in the starting unit, right? Which again is not a bad thing. Like I don't mind that. But Darvin Ham didn't do a good job of scattering guys. Darvin Ham didn't do a good job of keeping key guys. It was almost like line changes at times, right? And he just like would keep Austin Reaves in there with like a bunch of bench guys that can't really create for themselves. And it's just like you're relying on Austin Reaves to basically be LeBron out there. He's not going to be that, right? Like, so it was a tough position for this team last year, a lot because of Darvin Ham, where I'm hoping J.J. Redick does a better job of kind of, trickling in guys and kind of having the rotation kind of filter in. And it's not just this like line change where it's like, okay, you 5 go out and you 5 come in, right? Like, hopefully it's more organized. But anyway, again, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are, let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Helps me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.